you will see the shining star where we put tilak, and only one thought: I am a peaceful being. In every scene of life, I am a peaceful being. With every person, in every relationship, no matter how somebody reacts, I am a peaceful being. Now, in this peaceful state, check the relations that we have, whether it may be in the family, at home, or at hospital, or with friends. In those relations, all those little things that come across, what are those little things? Which sanskars are those that bring down the vibrations of our relationship? That bring down the energy and create obstacles among relations. We have to check the sanskars, whether it is our own nature or it's their nature. Which sanskar that bring down then can create a conflict in a relationship. And if we check by being detached and we look at our own sanskar, that which sanskar or behavior within me brings down the energy in my relationship, or anything in the relationship that brings down my energy. One is our energy bring down the relationship's energy, and the other thing is there is something in the connection that brings down my energy. Create a very specific diagnosis, a very subtle checking. Which nature, which behavior, which kind of specific thought pattern that I have. When we find the reason for something, then the solution is easier to find. And if you have identified, write it down. Please, everyone should write it down. What is the diagnosis? We don't need to tell anybody, but we just need to write it down. What do you think? What kind of my nature or sanskar or habits? If we change this little thing, the relation will change. We don't need any big change, but just a little shift. Everyone, please write it down. We need to write down our own prescription. And if you don't have a notebook, then you can type it in your phone. when we sit in the hall, all the BKs, brothers and sisters, should remember one thing, that you are the host and you should sit at the back. Not right now, but to remember this in the next sessions. So who wants to share that one sanskar that comes in the relations that hampers the relation being as smooth as it could be? Ego is like the everything that is on our left hand side is coming because of our ego. The definition of ego, you should write it down. The definition of ego is attachment to a wrong image of myself. Ego is attachment to a wrong image of myself. There are many words in this. One word is attachment, the other one is wrong image, and the other one is wrong image of myself. The next session, that is after this, you have to attend this with a very attentive mind, because they'll be introducing you to the right image of yourself. So we have grown up believing that I am this body or relationship or role or position or designation. All these things are very important, but these are mine. When the thing that we see in the mirror, what is it? What we see in the mirror in the morning, what is it? You do operations all the day. Some operations are successful, some operations are unsuccessful. When you take a patient into the OT, you say, "Sister, Mr. So-and-so, please bring him in." That day, the family of that patient comes in and say, "Doctor, please save my father, or please save my child." And if the operation is not successful, then you say, "Sister, body, please take the body out." Is this vocabulary right? Do you say it like that? Family comes in and says, "Doctor, when can we take the body home?" Before 2 hours they were saying, "Please take care of my father, please make him all right," and now they're asking, "When can we take the body back?" Before 2 hours you were saying, "Please take Mr. So-and-so in," and now you're saying, please take the body out." Why did the vocabulary change? So it means what went in was different and what's left is only the body, and now we are not identifying it with the name, but we're saying, "Please take the body out." And the body, we call it Arthi. Arthi just means the one which don't have a charioteer-less body. When the charioteer goes out, it's called a charioteer-less body. So what we see in the mirror is the costume. We wear the costume and we leave it. And from tomorrow on, when we see the mirror, we should not say that I am looking like this and that. We are not being looked at in the mirror. The body is looking like this, that's fine. But we say that, how am I looking, or I have become fat. Do you know when we get fat? When do we get obese? When we operate from the left hand. We create stress and anger, and the burdens make the soul heavy. And when we operate from the right hand, the soul becomes, what is the opposite? Light. Are you feeling light after coming here? Has the vibrations changed? You'll feel light. I'm not looking fat or thin. The body is looking fat or thin. I am fat or thin means Either soul I'm heavy or light. So ego is the attachment to a wrong image of myself, means whenever we are in a consciousness other than I am a soul, then it's an ego. I am a doctor. This is an ego. I, the soul, am playing the role of a doctor is a soul consciousness state. I am a mother. This is an ego, because you're not a mother. You are a soul who is playing a role of the mother. So this is soul consciousness. This is my child. This is ego. This is a soul which is playing the role of my child is soul consciousness. So when the I is wrong and the I is of attachment, then all the vibrations that are being created will be coming from the left hand. So we have to keep pondering over this line. Ego is attachment to a wrong image of myself. And whatever emotions we did put on the left hand in the morning, they'll always be coming from ego. And whatever emotions we put on the right hand, we saw, even if we do this 1 minute exercise, I am a soul, and we hold this, then we are increasing our soul conscious state. And you will not have to work on all the sanskars separately. You only have to shift from ego consciousness or body consciousness to soul consciousness. And when you shift to soul consciousness, you get the knowledge, the peace, the power, the love. You don't have to work on all the sanskars separately. It's like my body is aching here and there and everywhere. You don't have to work at everything. Just increase the stamina of the whole body. So this only tells that the soul power is weak, and it means more ego. So generally, what all things come in the relationships? There's a lack of listening. So write it down. That is very easy to do. Anything else? Understanding has become less. Who is not able to understand whom? How many of you have kids? Rewind a little bit. When this kid was in your lap and he didn't know how to speak your language, a little child, do you know how that communication goes with a very small little child? Neither can you understand his language, nor can he understand yours. But the energy exchange in between, how is that? The level of purity in that energy exchange. We can sit for hours with each other talking like that, and we are not understanding the language. But after growing up, when we try to understand each other and start to understand each other, then we are unable to understand them accurately. Then we call it a generation gap, and we just can't understand each other. Why were we able to understand them back then and not now? What was the difference? Do you know? The highest soul consciousness is at the stage of a child, because there is no layer for him that has developed. If you look at a child and you look at his photo from childhood, or you can look at your own photo from childhood, you can distinctly see purity on the face. If someone takes their baby to the market, all the other people are also attracted to him, even though we don't know him. When we see some child going on a vehicle, we start waving at him and start acting like a baby, because that child is soul consciousness, is at the soul conscious level, and that consciousness creates purity in the other person as well, and we start behaving with them like a child. But then that child slowly grows up. I am this, I am this, I am this. The layers keep adding on. And now what Raj Yoga is doing is all the layers that we have put on, we have to remove those layers. It doesn't mean that we will have to leave the role or position or anything, but just it won't be my identity anymore, just a role. It won't be I. I am just a pure being, a soul playing the role of a doctor. Is it different from I am the doctor? Is there a difference? I, the soul, playing the role of a doctor, and I am the doctor. So the Raj Yoga, what it does is remove all the layers that are on the soul and reaching to that soul conscious level. And then our innocence and purity will be like that of a child. So there is this simple exercise after every hour, on the hour, do this one exercise. I am a soul. Now I know that I am a soul, but we don't remember it throughout the day. Whenever someone leaves the body, then we remember that the soul has left. We should do this peace thing for the soul. And when we look at some horror movie, then we remember the soul. Otherwise, we are always ego conscious. When we are ego conscious, we are either superior or inferior. And when we are soul conscious, how will it be? Close your eyes for 1 minute. Let's go to our hospital. Take your vehicle and go to the hospital. When you're entering the hospital, there is a person on the gate. He's opening the gate for you. And now you're entering the hospital. Go in. Then there is a female on the desk handling the queries of the people. Now you're also looking at some patients while walking. You're talking to them. Now you're at your floor and now you're talking to your intern. Now you're in your room. You're talking to your nurse sister. Now in the middle, your HOD has come and now you're meeting him. And now after some time, the owner or the senior most person, you're talking to him. You have met 5 people. Was your behavior the same with all the 5 people? Yes or no? No. Did we change 5 times? So now we have to look, what is my original nature out of all those 5? At the gate, at the front desk, with the intern, with sister, with the patient. What was my original nature out of all of these? My original nature means I, natural. Which one was it? From all of these, which one? From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which one was my original nature? Did we change a little bit every time? What was the reason? Because whom were we meeting? We were meeting the role. So in some role, they were inferior, we were superior, and in some role, we were inferior and they were superior. So the nature and the behavior changes. So close your eyes once again and let's go to that journey again and meet those 5 people again, but with a different consciousness. I'm a soul meeting another soul. At the gate, the person that person is only playing the role of a security guard, but that soul and I, the soul, am we are all equal. The intern, he has just passed the qualification and the experience is totally different, but I the soul and him the soul, we are all equal. The ward boy who is doing the cleaning outside, I the soul and that soul, we are completely equal. And the head on the top floor, that soul and I the soul, we are both equal. I the soul talk to the soul. Would it change something if you change the consciousness? Will there be a change? How many of you think there will be a change? Everything from outside will be the same. On the outside, you'll be taking the card, the security guard will be opening the gate, you'll be going in. You will not be opening the gate. The role will still be the role. Age will still be the age. Experience will still be the experience. Responsibility will be there. Someone will be little, younger or older or superior. We give regard according to their level. Somebody stands for us and we stand for some people. We open the door for some open the door for us. Sometimes we touch the feet and some people touch our feet. All of these things are outer. This is the structure of the society. This is going to be the same. We don't have to change this. But just when we meet each other, the way we meet, this change, the change is not going to happen outside. Everything is going to be the same, but the consciousness inside, there will not be this hint of superiority or inferiority. So the vibration will be exchanging, will be that of a little child of purity. When you take this child to all these 5 floors, it's not going to matter to him whom he's meeting. He'll be smiling the same. We just have to become like that. That I, the soul, am meeting at the soul. Roles are different. So the consciousness amongst each other, how will it be? Equal respect for everyone. So write this line down and we'll be practicing this. Respect for the soul and regard for the role. We should give regard for the role, but respect for the soul. Respect is essential and is equal to all the souls. There should not be even one thought of superiority or inferiority with someone. We are all equal, that consciousness. We are both a family member. We are family. So when we do this superiority or inferiority, then the ego is waking up. And even if one person is looking at the other person from that purity of intent, the vibrations of the other person also changes. When the little child is looking at you from that consciousness, your consciousness changes. So purity in one emerges purity in the other. Ego in one will emerge the ego in the other. How does it happen? Because the vibrations are traveling to the other side. So the second homework is practice soul consciousness. I, the soul, am talking to another soul. We should remember every time I am a pure soul talking to another beautiful soul. Not to the role or the status. We have to do the work accordingly, but we have to meet and greet and behave with the soul. When you start practicing the soul consciousness, your right hand side level will be increasing because your purity will be emerging, and when there is purity, there is peace, there is power, there is love. All these things will be coming after that. Okay. Now if I remember I am a soul, then the other person in front of me is also a soul. Now we should start living in our relationships and start understanding each other. Now all the members in your family, who are they? Who are they? Just close your eyes and look, and let us see look at them. When we say there is a child in our house, who is that child? The body is of a child, or that person is a child? Can you see that we are operating through a completely different consciousness? What is your age, sister? 56. So everybody please say your age out loud. What is this figure? Whose age is this? The body's age. This is not our age, this is our body's age. So what is your age? What is your age? You are eternal, ageless, timeless. The biggest thing that finishes in soul consciousness is the fear of death. And one with this is not afraid of anything, because if you're free from the fear of death of the self, then you're not afraid of the death of the other person. So ego is attachment to the wrong image of myself. So that when there is attachment, there is automatically a fear of losing. And when that attachment finishes, the fear of losing also vanishes off. So what is your age? When you go back, when somebody asks you what is your age, then you'll say, I will not be telling you what the age is. All of this is ego. Say, I am timeless, I am eternal, because it's a fact. Now you'll understand how to be in relationships. Now the 4 people in your family, you will be looking at them with a different consciousness. My child, my spouse, that's just a relationship. When we say this is my child should be like this, specifications are nice, but the child is a soul who is playing the role of a child. The spouse is a soul playing the role of a spouse. Now to understand that I am a soul, eternal, then what is the meaning of death? Why did you say take the body out? Because the eternal energy left the body. Now that energy is, because it's an energy can neither be destroyed or be created, so it just leaves one body and just takes up another one in the womb. So birth and death are very easy to understand. Death is just soul leaving one costume, and birth is just soul taking another costume. Just have to leave one costume and just have to take another one. And the time interval between that, are we going to change? You're wearing one dress today, you'll be changing this dress at night. You'll be wearing another dress in the morning. You'll be coming here, and all of you will be wearing some different dresses. You're sitting here in this dress today, and you'll be sitting in next dress tomorrow here. Will be changing according to the dress or with the dress. So the nature that you have today, they'll be same tomorrow, although your dress will be completely different tomorrow. Just like that, I am here in this body, the soul, the nature and the sanskars, the behaviors that I have, habits that I have. Whenever I leave this costume or the body and takes up another body, baby born, I'll be taking the same sanskars again. Now you start looking at your family members. They are a soul on a journey. How many of you think that the children that we have, they don't have exactly the same set of sanskars as we have? And if you have 2 or more children, they are completely different to each other as well. How many of you have that they have like mostly different habits and nature? So don't you question this? The family is one, the nurturing is one, the parents are one. The parent won't be discriminating between 2 children, but the 2 children are completely different from each other. And sometimes we even say, I can't believe this is my child. But how? Because that child and I are like completely different. So I thought my child. So when I say my child, that my child has to be an extension of me. Just remember one thing. You only create the costume for that soul. Like a tailor makes a dress, just like that. You're not creating the child, you're creating the dress or the costume of that child. Is there a difference between the two? How much of a difference is there? There's a lot of difference. You're not creating the child, you are just creating the costume in which the soul is going to enter. So you create only the costume. Only the costume. Now the soul that is going to enter in that costume is going to bring with it so many bundles of sanskars. But why we can't understand them? Because we don't look at them like a soul on a journey with set of sanskars. We say, she's my nurse and she's like that. The nurse is just a role. If in your department there are 10 nurses, they're all going to be different. The training that they have received is the same. Roles and responsibilities are alike, but the behaviors and the natures and the sanskars, the way of working, all of them are going to have a different way of working. Why can't they just be perfect? All alike, then it'll be really easy, because every soul is different on a different journey. Now, if you're timeless and eternal, you are in this costume since 56 years. Before that, where were you? In another costume. Let's say you were in that costume for 100 years, and before that, you were in another costume. Before that, another costume. And before that, another costume. 1,000 years, there's a journey of more than 1,000 years. In one lifetime, the situations that you're going to face and I'm going to face are completely different. Yes or no? If in one lifetime the situations of two people are completely different, so in 20 lifetimes the situations of two people, how different could it be? Could they be? Will they be different? We can't understand each other in one lifetime, and actually what we are dealing with when we are dealing with others, we are dealing with 20 lifetimes difference. We are completely different. Now, do you know the people that are living in your house, what all things they have seen in their lifetime, what all things that they have crossed? Now, if you look at them with that view, then compassion will be created normally. If you start looking at them with that vision, then expectations will be shifted to acceptance automatically. Now, if you see my child and he should be like this, then the list of expectations is only going to increase. There's so much happening in one lifetime. These days in India, there's so much of flood everywhere. So many souls have left the body because of all these floods. So many souls left the body. If we just look at the last scene of the soul in the body, there all of the people were sitting nicely, and suddenly that flood came in Uttarakhand. Some people sitting in the hotel or somewhere, suddenly a gush of water, and everything is destroyed. If you just look at the last scene of that soul in that costume that was recorded on the soul, what was recorded on the soul? Fear of water is one thing, fear of losing people, fear of losing family, insecurity. Will it be natural for the soul? Would you be agreeing that it will be natural for the soul? But when that soul leaves the body and enters another womb, and then the parents in that house don't know what the soul has seen. So the parents will think child has come means perfect soul. And after 3-4 years, you'll be seeing that the child is really scared and afraid to be alone in the home, or afraid of water, or going out alone, and he is clingy to the parents. Now, if we say, this is my child, how could he be such a coward? Then the expectations will create worries and fears and criticism and comparison with other children or siblings. Look at him, how strong he is. Why are you so fearful and scared all the time? Wouldn't it be normal? How many of you think it'll be normal? And when this happens, how will the relationship be? All these energies from the left hand will be coming in. Now, the fear of water is quite easy to understand, but in one lifetime, one soul is seeing so many different scenes, so many things are getting recorded on the soul in one lifetime. So the third homework from today, while doing everything, what is being recorded inside? Every thought, every word, every behavior is getting recorded on the soul. This is not just this lifetime, but this recording will be continuing to the other life. So even after doing everything perfect, we should be paying attention more to where should we be perfect. Keep your finger up here. So we are only perfect outside here, and when we do all those things to be perfect outside, so much of hard work, it'll be vanished in a few time. And when we are overlooking on the inside, this is going to be carried forward. So will we be taking care from today on? What will be taking care of from now on? If somebody clicks a picture of you right now, what will you do? This is human nature. If somebody is capturing us, then automatically we set ourselves and make ourselves perfect. Our clothes, our hairs, our smile, because there's a photo being clicked. So every thought, every second is getting captured inside and recorded. And this sanskar and this karma, they are permanent. We will not be able to change them unless we start changing the recording. Third purpose of life, to remember each day, whole day. Now, like we were looking at in the morning, if somebody makes a mistake, then to be angry is normal. Now, doing a mistake was recorded on that person, but I created anger, so that was recorded in me. So write one line: do not ruin your own story because of other stories. It's their story. You can guide them, you can discipline them, you can advise them or instruct, but you should not ruin your own story because of somebody else's story. They're writing their own script. Whose script should we be paying attention to? We have to write our own. If they are doing some mistake writing their script, while looking at their mistake, I should not be doing any mistake writing my own script. Are you able to see everybody's stories? Now see, look at every soul. There's so many other different stories. So if there are 4 people in a family, there are 4 stories, different stories recording here. soul is only enacting through their story. Some have insecurity, some controlling or domination, some have fear. These stories, the souls have written these stories for themselves. What is my role? We should not be ruining our story looking at them, but keeping our story nice and then trying to teach them to write a very nice story for them. Now what we saw in the morning, in emotional dependency, we'll be ruining our story looking at their story. So first step is to be emotionally independent. What they did is their nature or behavior. Where do I have to keep my attention? On myself. This is the first step. That whom I have to pay attention to? On making my own status fine. The priority is myself. Role perfect, responsibility perfect, relationship perfect will become after that. How many of us have this habit of perfection? Everybody has it. But add where the perfection should be. I am perfect on the inside. So when first step is done, emotionally detached, emotional independence, it means while looking at them and their behavior and their mistakes, and their all those wrong deeds and actions, there is nothing getting recorded on me from that left hand. Is it possible? There are two things. Keep both of your hands like this. Put your child on the left hand and yourself on the right hand. Now there is something uncomfortable in your child's life. Either he is making a mistake or there is something wrong being done to him. Failure of rejection, can't move ahead, something. All those things on the left hand. Whose journey is this? It's his journey. On the right side, whose journey is this? It's my journey. But because I, the soul, am playing the role of a parent, then according to that role, what is the responsibility for this child? Like you're playing the role of a doctor, there's a responsibility that he'll be coming diseased to you and you have to heal him. What is the role of a parent? The child is in pain, and the pain is just not sad, but he is yelling. That is also pain. He's doing something wrong is also pain because he's shifted from his originality. So what is the role of the parent? Guidance. We are giving a lot of guidance, but he's not listening. Now what will we do? Support. And how do we support? Hold your hands like this. Let's see what to be done. Put your child, and because of some reason, his own mistake or his luck, there's something not fine going on with him. So the vibrationally the soul will be moving down. So move your left hand down a little bit. Vibrationally they're moving down because they're in pain. Now because I, the soul, am attached to that soul, because we said he is the child, there will be attachment. Now because we are attached and that soul is going down vibrationally, then where will we go? How many have experienced that we also go down with them? Okay, now hold this attachment to down. It's going to go down. Now we go down to the down. Now, what vibration will that soul be getting from me? So, the vibration of pain. So, they were already in pain, and now our pain of that tension, fear for them, looking at them and just getting stressed, looking at them, insecurity of their future. So, we also say that thinking like this is normal. So, our normal, where is this normal thing, the other soul's journey? Down. So, as a parent, our role was to keep or to move them forward or up. So we're making them even more down. So as a doctor, our role was to heal them. We didn't heal them but or treat them, but say it nicely, it'll be recorded. So we even increased their pain just because of one reason: attachment. Now what should be done? So Rajuk does this. So the people are really scared, so we'll be detached now. Detachment means their pain is theirs. I have a choice. And when I have a choice, where will we go? Up. Because if I have to give them power, then I have to be detached from their pain. If your patient has some disease and you also have that disease, so why you people wore those PP kits during COVID? That is attachment. If you don't, your pain becomes my pain becomes your pain, and very soon it is all over the place. This is attachment. So your pain is your pain, and I am only going to give you power to heal your pain. So which one would you like to be? Attachment brings pain. Attachment decreases the power. Attachment even reduces the pain, reduces the power of the other person. Detachment means the state of my mind and your mind are different and is not connected to your mind. But detachment cannot happen on its own. When you practice soul consciousness and start increasing your power, there's a natural detachment because you're shifting from emotional dependency to emotionally independent. So, what is right karmically for a parent? How up high should you be? If your child is at here, then where should the parent be? So, would you like to be that? How many of you think our children needs power? So you should never talk about your children. You don't have to do anything with them. How should we change our children? You don't have to change them because you actually cannot. You just cannot go and change some other soul. You can just increase your power and then you can give them power. With that power they can become powerful and then they can change themselves. But when one soul works on itself and increases its vibration, then all the other souls connected to that soul also start getting those powers automatically. So when you start to go up, not just your family, but at your office, at your hospital, everybody else is gonna get that power. And all the patients that you meet, they're gonna get the power from you. So if one soul energizes oneself, how many souls will be benefited after that? So should we be doing that? Should we be taking time out daily or not? So we'll be changing some vocabularies from today. First, I cannot understand you. How can you do this? Now I can understand you. What can I understand? I have understood that during this long journey, something was recorded. So I cannot understand you. Rejection is the energy behind that. And understand you brings the energy of acceptance. Don't even think. I just can't understand how can they be like this. Don't even try to understand the other person because you have not seen or lived their journey. You will not be able to understand the other person's sanskar, and they will not be understanding yours, because the journey of each soul is different. So understand you only means that during this journey you must have recorded something. Okay, so should we be changing the line? The line is, I understand you. Second line, I accept you. Accept you means from today on, that habit or sanskar or behavior of yours, I will not be creating this vibration of this is wrong, and I'll be finishing off this thought, he is wrong. When we think that, where does this thought bring that soul down, brings the soul down, rejection. You are wrong, how can you be like this? Where is it gonna get them? Down. So you should not be doing such kind of karma which brings somebody else down, because then we also will be going down then. So I understand you. Second, I accept you. It doesn't mean that you should be like that only, but it just means that I am not putting a question mark on this behavior of yours. Why are you like this? No. So the first one was, I understand you. Second one was, I accept you. Third one is, I heal you. Like you heal the bodies. Now with soul consciousness, we're going to heal the soul. If we can heal the diseases in the body, why can't we treat the soul as well? Which one is easier? To treat the body's ailments or the soul's weakness? To heal the soul is easier or the body? Soul's weakness? How many of you think? Wow, you have changed. Morning you were saying to be a doctor is easier. Now look, the effect of vibrations. Because you just had to work on thoughts. You may try for the body, but there are so many other factors that are not in our control. But thoughts are completely in our own control. Now see, this child is in pain and you have to heal that soul. What should you do? Okay, to get them even more in that state of pain, what were the thoughts that we were creating that would increase their pain? Just say the specific thoughts. What are the thoughts that we think that increases their pain? Specific thought, not sanskars, the thoughts. What will happen? How will it happen? What will it be? Even after doing all of these things, this is like this. There's a long list. So this list was bringing that soul down. And what was it doing to me? When we go down, then we give pain to the other one. Now we hold ourselves. We don't have to go down. We don't have to bring them up first. First, we have to bring ourselves up. When we start giving advice to the other person, both of us go down. Sometimes the things that are said from here won't work. Somebody is in pain and you just go to them and say, just don't worry. They'll be saying, go out and just leave me alone. Won't it be? Because this advice is there is no logic in this. Somebody's in pain, just we say just don't worry. Nothing's gonna change by saying. So see, people just want to be away from people when they're in pain. They just want to be alone or in their own room because the other person cannot understand the pain and just become even more in pain themselves after looking at some person in pain. So what thought should we be creating to go up? Just to keep ourselves up. When we ourselves go up, they'll be coming up automatically because we are connected vibrationally in that relationship. So we just have to focus on ourselves first. So what thoughts should be created about the child for you to go up? Today you just do this homework because we have to do all of this before going back from here. Just be really detached and look at your thoughts and just write them down. The 4-5 thoughts that are predominant or repeat. We think there are so many thoughts, but they're just 3-4 basic thoughts, and there are so many versions of those same thoughts. So just write them down, and you'll be able to see the energy of those thoughts. And now, what you want that should happen with that child, write it down on another line. If you keep repeating what is happening to him right now, where will it be going? The exam was not okay even this time. What will happen now? So we're just repeating what is going on. And the state that he's in will be repeating that state in the mind, and will be going down automatically, because when you're repeating, then we're consuming their pain. We don't have to consume his pain, actually, we have to give him power. So now we have to create those thoughts that we want that should happen. Okay? What we want should happen, then we have to create those thoughts. And we have to write the vocabulary that this has already happened. This is called manifestation. Thoughts to reality. So will it be the opposite? You just want good for a child, or very good? How good? There's so much power that the thought becomes a blessing for that child. So you can give the highest blessing. What could it be? What will happen with him? Convert the worry into care. Convert the pain into power. What thought will be? What thought will you be creating? It'll be okay in the future. Just write. This is vocabulary. We are here to understand and learn the vocabulary. What will it be? It'll be very nice. Now, right now, there's nothing nice. So what should we do? First of all, what we want, everything will be nice outside, this is secondary. But the first thing is, the soul should be powerful. So we'll say, he is a powerful soul. Inject power into that soul. Everything will be okay afterwards. But first we have to see the soul. How the soul, how would we like the soul to be? So take names and say, I know you are a powerful soul. This is not to be said outside, but to be thought. You have to say it from here, from a language of thought. You are a powerful soul. This time that soul is thinking, I'm unable to do anything. And you are going to send, you are a powerful soul. Now this is not going to happen by you just saying for once. How many times do we worry? How many times do we create the thoughts of worry? It goes on and on and on. And for the time that those thoughts were going on, you just have to change those thoughts and say you're a powerful soul. And he's sad, you have to say you're a happy soul from the mind. You have to increase the power first, and all the things will be achieved later. And it's also not important that the things outside, the work outside is perfect. Is it okay? You'll be wanting that your child should become a doctor. He may or he may not. But your child is powerful. This can happen every time. And when he's powerful, and whatever he's going to do in future, he's going to create miracles. So the attachment to what he should become also depletes them. Inspiring, motivating, to have a thought that he should become that, very nice, beautiful, but at the same time, to be able to detach in 1 second. It's okay, if not this, then that. This is also very nice. But if the parent is sad and hopeless, then for the child to come up is like very difficult. Did you see this year how many children just left writing a note for the parents? Because the parents' attachment towards the child is like very strong, and the child is not able to do that. Not that the child could not bear to see their parents go through that pain. So according to the time, we need to change our way of thinking a little bit. Should study so much, do so much, but should be able to detach in 1 second. If the child is not able to do that, it's okay, it's not a problem at all. This is in 1 second, but not from words at the word level, but internally. But if the parent is attached, that from 30 years is attached that my child should be a doctor, and if that day, if he can't be, so the pain from that child, the level of pain in that child, this is less, but the pain of the parent will be more. So the attachment to the wrong image of the self. So the important thing is the child should be powerful, and then he'll be able to create miracles in whatever he do. He should be happy, he should be powerful. Whatever task the powerful soul is going to perform is going to create miracles. So to have a goal or to move towards it is nice, but to create tension and worry and tension and fear just to reach that is depleting the soul on the journey. That is just a role of that soul. Your responsibility is to strengthen the soul. Okay? From today on, write down the parental responsibility. As a role, what is my responsibility of a parent, like a doctor? How slowly you can cure a very chronic patient and you can treat him. But slowly you can treat them. So much strength he gains and he can run. A complete healing of body is what we can do. So what we do to the body, we also have to do the healing of soul in the relationships. That is called relationship, any relationship, not just parent and child, but just anybody. Any soul, every soul who is in a relationship with us, a colleague, a nurse, a senior, everyone is a soul on a journey, and each one is being governed by their own sanskars. Some can be insecure, some jealous, some would want to control you, or some would want to make you come down. Some can criticize you, some can be an obstacle in your work. So many things can happen, but those who are doing those things, so bring your hand up. So the one who is doing all these bad things to you on the left hand, so what we have to do? Just to come up. Is it easy? Now, to be on this upside, we should not be thinking about what they're doing. If you're studying, we start to think about what they're doing, we're just going to come down naturally. So there are 10 floors in the lift. The soul just pressed a 0 number on the list. Now, even if you just create a thought, why did he press 0? You'll be coming down to 0 at the same time. So don't create the same vibration as the other soul, because when we think, why he did that, how could he do that, we are thinking about what they did, and we are coming near to the vibration of those people. So just remember whose story is that. So take their name in your mind, and it's their story. My story is different from their story. This is a relationship. First, detach their story from your story, and then what is my story is I have to bring myself up. I just have to do that, and then it'll be naturally flowing back to them automatically. As the Kali or the Iron Age is progressing, all the souls around you, what direction are they going to move in? To the downward direction. How many of you can see that people nowadays are moving down vibrationally? Because as a doctor, you're just meeting people all day long. So you're not only healing the bodies, but you're also connecting the minds of the patients. So are you seeing the change in the mindset of people these days? Post-COVID and during COVID? How many of you can see the difference post-COVID? Have you ever thought one virus will come and it'll be changing the people all around? We just thought a virus came, it'll be cured, and it'll be back to normal. But no, the status of mind of the people is not come back to the normal, because during those few years, everyone has created so much fear. The aura is disturbed. So now, as you have come here, you're able to experience peace here. People outside are living in that space of fear and anxiety. So because of that, we are moving downward spiral. So just the environment is enough to pull us down. In the coming years, where will it go? So if you see after COVID, situations are also becoming like that. Sometimes this and that. So many bad things are starting to happen on a daily basis. Because the law, what was the law? First, spiritual law. We create our world with our sanskars, results. When the sanskar results are going down, the world is going to go down. And the spiral continues. So be thankful and grateful to your karma that you have been able to come here, taking this 3 days time out, because coming here means changing the setting up here, because I have to do something different, because I have to move upward. We have not come here for 3 days. We are here to learn in these 3 days that we'll be doing every day after going back from here. If you're not going to follow this after going back, these 3 days are not going to change you. 3 days can only teach you how to change, but you have to act on them after going back. So the left hand people they're going down day by day, and they don't even know. And if we entangle with their story, then we won't have to do anything to go down. We'll be going down automatically. So detachment means detach from their story, detach from their vibrations, and by that we can give them power. So first of all, whatever they're doing, you should not be repeating that in your mind. Can you do that? Suppose somebody lied. We repeat it in our mind for 10 times. How can he lie? We have taught him so much. Now, even now, he's lying. Even if he continues like this, what will happen? So, we have repeated this 10 times. Whose vibration came down? That person lied. That is knowledge, full stop. By repeating that, we should not be ruining our story, because repeating, you are going to their vibration and you're getting entangled with those kind of vibrations. You saw it, okay, now detach and just see what power you should be giving them and create that, and you'll be going up in the process. Don't repeat their story in the mind, or their mistake, or their state of mind. Only repeat what you want him to be. So if somebody is jealous of you, what will you be repeating in your mind? If somebody is entangling in your work and trying to pull you down, what will you be doing? What will you create? Somebody is pulling your leg, what will you repeat? Is it clear, the equation? What should you not be repeating? We have to do this, disconnect, and what we should not be repeating. Don't repeat what they're doing. First, don't repeat it in your mind, and then don't discuss it with people. You know how he did, you know how he did. No. Every time we are repeating that, we are going down in the vibrational frequency. We are not going down because of our problem, but we are going down because of their problems and repeating them. In the end of this Kali, you're only going to see problems. And just mistakes, but actually sins. And if you're just gonna keep on repeating and repeating all those sins, you don't have to do anything. But just looking at their mistakes, you're gonna go down. Doctor should be treating, not taking their own sickness into your body. And so before treating, what the doctor should be doing? First, protect yourself and then treat them. If you start treating them without protecting us, then their sickness is my sickness. Now there the protection is physical. Here the protection is vibrational. Only one thought is to be changed. So whatever weakness is there in that soul, we just have to create one thought. Opposite thought, full stop. If somebody is jealous of you, then the soul is lacking in happiness, contentment. They're not content. So you just create one blessing. You are a beautiful, contented soul. Full stop. Our story ends there. So what was recorded in our story? Only one high vibrational blessing. And when we record this song, where will we be moving? This time, we should be very careful. If somebody is going down and you are holding their hand, you're going to go down with them. There's no need for any problem to come in your life to go down. Just if you're entangled with someone, you'll be going down. And one more thing, if somebody is like really interested in playing a tug of war game with you, like in a workplace, then when you practice Rajyog daily, you'll have contentment and happiness as your natural habit and sanskara, and you'll have this courage that the people who are playing tug of war with you, what will you do with them? You know what happens, right? In a tug of war, both of them pulls the rope. Now what will you do? Leave it. Who is ready to leave their side of rope? And leaving the rope means? Leaving the rope means you don't have to leave them, you have to work with them. To leave the rope means all of these things in our profession, all of these things are very important, but everything is short term. In a conference, better than someone, in a designation, higher than someone, all these things are short term. We create such a hype about it that the most important thing and the biggest thing actually becomes smallest in front of it. That is important. Just if you're getting it, just keep taking it. But if someone is playing tug of war with it, just say, okay, you play. Have you seen on a road that sometimes some people just want to take over with their vehicle? So what are you going to do? Just let them go. Some people just, what they do is, if they're trying to go ahead, then I will also try and go ahead of them. Now we have taken their sanskar as our sanskar, and they're also not comfortable, but also we are creating discomfort in ourselves. So if at that time one person, just for 30 seconds, they stop and just say, okay, go. So which one looks more dignified to you? Which one is respectful? The one who stops. Professionally, if you stop for 30 seconds and let somebody else go up, four people will come to you and say, oh, what you have done, why did you do this? So please remember, in Kalyug Iron Age, you'll only be getting the advice of a Kalyug level. They only want the things to be perfect and be number one, and actually the thing is to be perfect in sanskaras and be ahead in them. You all raised hands that you want happiness. So these achievements are very, very, very important, but they're not going to bring happiness in our home. They're just an achievement. So if there is a conflict and it's ruining our happiness, just give that toy to them in 1 second. And the secret is, the one who leaves the rope, it might look like he has left the rope, but he'll be going so much higher that no one has even thought of. But we just have to try and do it, and the courage is needed for that, because we only held that rope because of happiness, and when I'm already happy, then I don't need those kind of ropes to be happy, because I can just say, okay, you take the rope, I'm already happy. So you should not be entangled with anybody, and write this down and check it till tomorrow morning. How many people am I entangled with? They are pulling the rope, they're bringing my energy down. Someone wants to be ahead of me, someone wants a designation higher than me. Just say it, okay, take it. Okay, you sit here, you come in front, and just see what happens. And what do you think? In life, who puts other forward, will they be staying backward? No. Whenever somebody puts someone else forward, they're automatically put forward according to the law. So sit back straight, and you have to do this homework today. Just look at every soul in a close circle. Look at your family, your profession, and check how many souls are a little bit down vibrationally, and just create a blessing thought, remembering that the thought that I'm going to create is my story, and I am a healer. I am a healer. I am an energizer. The one who increases the other people's power, the one who makes others powerful. the one who transforms others, the one who gives happiness to all. I, the soul, am an angel who gives happiness to all. My every thought and word is a blessing. And this blessing is their power. Look at everyone. They are a soul on a journey. To give them all power, this is my service. Now just sit in this silence. Didi will be coming. It will be 2 minutes. Just use this 2 minutes. All the souls that are there in the home, the family, look at their sanskars. Create a blessing for them. And then look at the people in the hospital. Create a blessing for them. And before going to bed today, write a blessing for them.